5 true crime cases too disturbing for Netflix. Some crimes are shocking, some are disturbing, but some go so far, they're rarely shown in full. Not because they didn't happen, but because of how far they go. What you're about to hear are real cases. No exaggeration, no fiction. And once you understand what happened, you'll see why they're often left out. These are 5 true crime cases, too disturbing for Netflix. Case 1. In 1988, in Tokyo, Japan, 17-year-old Junko Furuta was walking home from work. It was a normal evening. Routine, quiet, but she never made it home. She was taken and brought to a house. At first, it may have seemed temporary, but it didn't end. Days turned into weeks. She was held there for over 40 days. What makes this case even harder to understand is that people knew. People came into that house, they saw her, they heard what was happening, and still, no one stopped it. At one point, she tried to escape. She made it outside. So close, but she was caught and brought back. After that, things became worse. By the time everything ended, she didn't survive. Her body was hidden and left undiscovered for months. This case is remembered not just for what happened, but for how many chances there were to stop it, and no one did. Case 2. Some criminals act on impulse. Others plan everything. In New Mexico, USA, there was a man named David Parker Ray. He didn't just commit crimes, he built something. Hidden inside a trailer was a space he called the toy box. From the outside, it looked ordinary. But inside, everything had a purpose. The room was controlled, isolated, designed so no one could hear what was happening. Before anything even began, victims were made to listen to a recording, a calm voice, explaining what would happen next. Step by step. Not rushed, not chaotic, controlled. Victims were taken there, some never seen again. Others were found, but couldn't remember everything because parts of their memory were missing. For years, this place remained hidden until one survivor changed everything. When investigators searched the trailer, they realized this wasn't random. It was planned, repeated, and hidden in plain sight. Case 3. In 1999, in Hong Kong, a young woman named Fan Manny went missing. At first, nothing seemed unusual, but days passed, then weeks. There was still no sign of her. Eventually, police received a tip. It led them to a small apartment. Inside, something felt wrong. As they searched, they found evidence she had been held there for an extended period of time. She had not been free to leave. What happened inside that room shocked investigators, but the most disturbing part came after her remains had been hidden inside a Hello Kitty doll. Something ordinary turned into something unrecognizable. This case became one of the most infamous in Hong Kong's history, not just because of the crime, but because of how it ended. CASE 4? Some cases don't begin with violence, they begin with trust. In the UK, 17-year-old Kelly Ann Bates entered a relationship. At first, it didn't seem unusual, but over time, things changed. She became isolated, controlled, cut off from normal life. Days became restricted. What was happening remained hidden. No one saw it. No one stepped in until one day, authorities were called. What they found inside shocked even experienced investigators. This wasn't sudden. It happened slowly. Over time, behind closed doors, which made it even more disturbing. Case 5. Some cases are disturbing because of what happened. Others because of what was recorded. In California, 2 men began targeting victims. They used a van, moving unnoticed. But what made this case different was what they chose to do. They recorded it. Audio recordings, capturing what happened. Not for attention, not for anyone else, just to keep When authorities found the evidence, they realized how serious it was. Even experienced investigators struggled with what they heard. The recordings were used in court, but never released publicly. They were considered too disturbing. Even today, they remain locked away. Because some things, once heard, don't leave you. These cases aren't just remembered because they happened, they're remembered because of how far they go, beyond what most people expect, beyond what most platforms will show. And it raises a question. Where is the line? And who decides? What's too far? If you want more cases like this, watch the next one, because there are still stories out there that haven't been told.